We're live. Hello, hello, hello. All right, links posted. What's up, guys? Can everyone hear me? Can everyone see the charts? Can you hear the music? Volume's okay? How's everyone doing? Everyone holding up well in a rather choppy market, I would say. Some ugly moves here over the past 2 weeks. I mean, sort of normal was the end of the month, elections coming up. I don't think the low time frame price action will get any better soon, so yeah, we'll have to see. But I think we can all agree on where Bitcoin is heading in the next couple of months, right? And that should be your main focus on Bitcoin and on crypto in general right now. So that's also how I'm seeing it at the moment. So yeah, more about that in a second. Gonna wait a couple minutes so some people can join, and then we'll start. I'll give you my plans for Bitcoin, both short term as long term, or longer term at least in the next couple months. My plans for spot, for trades, and I will do some altcoins as always. Chicken Nugget, hello. Rafik, Konstantinos, Super Mario, it's Pablo Discobar. Hello, hello. McTony's. This monthly though, holy shit. Right, we'll get started. So you will be able, as always, to rewatch the stream later on. All of the streams automatically get uploaded to YouTube, so you'll be able to join later on if you don't have the time or something, I don't know. Right, so let's get started. Welcome to another weekly live stream. Sponsored by Bybit. The link is in the description. You can use that link to get a reduction on your fees. as well as get access to my Discord where I post more updates, and get free Coin Market Manager, a website where you can analyze all of your trades and where you can get all kinds of analytics, equity curves and stuff like that. I'm sure you've seen them around. So head over to the description, check that link. If you want to join the Discord, just sign up and make a deposit. If you already have a Bybit account, you can simply make a new one, ask support to transfer your KYC, and then just redeposit your funds onto the new account. Okay, send me a DM on Discord if you have any problems, if you have any questions, or if you want to join. Okay, with that being said, let's head over to the Bitcoin chart. So very important week coming up, the US elections. Is Trump gonna win? Is Harris gonna win? Nobody knows. It's a close range, a close race, I wanted to say, between the two. So we gotta do it with the things we know, right? Because we don't know who's going to win, but there is a couple things that we do know. We do know that generally, after an election, just the Bitcoin, the crypto markets have been acting really bullish, and that could be the same case, and most likely will be the case for Bitcoin again here. Both technically and fundamentally, I think Bitcoin is setting up for a massive run into the end of the year. 1 second. Okay, sorry. So what was I saying? Both technically and fundamentally, in my opinion, setting up for a massive run into the end of the year, and also into Q1, Q2, maybe even Q3 of next year, right? So let's take a look at the chart first, and then go over the different scenarios, right? What people mostly are expecting if Harris wins is downside on Bitcoin, which, if she gets elected, it would be bearish for crypto. And if Trump wins, upside, because that would be more bullish for Bitcoin. Now, in my opinion, it won't be that easy that you can just long if Trump wins and short if Harris wins. I think it will be a lot more complicated, and I think they'll do everything they can to shake you out before a real move happens. Bear market starts today. Yeah, that's a nice one. We'll see. Nothing is for sure, but we'll see. So starting off on the monthly, right? So we've had this monthly range that we've been trading in for a couple of months here, starting from Q1 of 2024, and we've been in this range ever since. Okay, what are the range levels that we've been watching? Range high here and range low here. Okay, we haven't closed any candle outside of these boundaries yet, but what have we done? We've swept range lows, right? Took out stops below here, even another lower time frame range, daily range setup down here. If you take this as a range low and this as a range high, where the lows have been swept, retested, and nice upsides after. Okay, the highs, on the other hand, haven't been swept. So immediately we know that monthly draw on liquidity is going to be to the upside. We've seen nice upside last week, well, last couple of weeks, all the way from 55k levels, but last week we almost made it to new all-time highs, but we haven't really traded above them yet. Good thing or bad thing? Well, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter, but it is important to know that we haven't traded above all-time highs yet, so I still feel like that's going to be the draw on liquidity up there. Okay, so if we draw this range, with a mid-range like this, you will see that that mid-range is has been, sorry, pivotal, right? Every time price came to that area, price reacted to it. As you can see here, here, broke below, retest, sold off, resistance, flipped into support, back into resistance, resistance, small deviation above, broke back above, retest off to range high, but slightly front run range highs, okay? But this range is going to be an important one to watch on the lower time frames as well. Another high time frame level that I'm gonna mark out is former high from back in 2021 bull market, right? Where we saw all of this upside all the way from 10K, right? All the way up to 60Ks where we started topping, right? Ugly downside, boom, made the lows, back to the highs, swept the highs, but closed below, and then we sold off, boom, boom, and sold much lower. So why is that going to be the key high to be watching? Because that was the high that got swept, which led to the bear market and ultimately led to the lows down here, okay? If you draw that level out, right, you can immediately see, guess what? It lines up beautifully with this lower time frame. Let me actually mark it out with the correct levels, like this. Lines up beautifully with that weekly range or monthly range that we've been trading in. It's mid-range, right? So nice confluence around those levels. Something else I'm gonna mark out, right, on the monthly, whether it be a breaker right here or just a normal order block, a normal demand area down here, doesn't really matter. I'll mark it out like this, but in my opinion, that area in general will be key. Okay, so breaker being upside, then broke down, well, upside, some sideways price action, down candle, ugly close, straight back above, and then reclaimed, telling us the sideways price action before a down move, people were accumulating shorts, price straight up broke above that. If you return to that area, a lot of people gonna want to get out of those short positions, resulting in buying pressure and likely flipping this area into support, okay? That's why that area is going to be important. And even if you see it differently, because obviously everyone sees things differently, if you see it as the sideways price action down here that led to the upside on the monthly in September and October and the strong closes there, that's telling you that people were accumulating long positions in this area, and those people gonna want to defend their positions as well if price returns to this area, okay? So that's that. Those are the main areas that I'm watching at the moment on the high time frame, okay? So having that in mind and combining it with our thoughts, seasonality, and just in general, right, the period, the cycles after elections, that Bitcoin price tends to significantly go higher. I'm gonna use that bias to sort of give us an idea where would likely be a good entry if we see some downside, okay? Because we can all agree that short-term Harris win will likely cause a wick to the downside, wick or just significant downside, and a Trump win will likely lead to a pump to the upside, okay? But in my opinion, both of these scenarios will lead ultimately in the coming weeks, but more the coming months, lead to higher prices, whoever wins in the short term, okay? So I am still thinking that we will see 100k Bitcoin, 80k, well, let's target 80k first, but ultimately that we will be trading above 100k Bitcoin in the next couple of months. If it's not months, years maybe, we'll see. But having that in mind, we can use this lower time frame volatility in our advantage, okay? And that's exactly how I'm planning to play it. So there's only been one time actually that I have sent cash back to a crypto exchange. So normally my rule was the money that goes out from my crypto account to my bank account doesn't come back in again. And that's been one of my best rules over the past years that I've had ever since I started, and I put in a bit of money into crypto back in 2017, ran it up, right? And I never added anything from my bank account back into Bitcoin until we were trading down here, right? After the FTX crash. Well, sort of crash. I have public proof about this as well, that I started buying spot Bitcoin again down here on the sweep of this. Too early, I admit. But then when I saw this and FTX went bankrupt, we saw this candle, I was like, this is the moment to get more Bitcoin, and this is the place where I am willing to put some money back into crypto from my bank account. And yeah, obviously you can see it paid off big so far. From that money, I actually took profit already on some of that on the run above 50Ks. But so far I've been adding that back in on dips like these, and these. So now my portfolio is fully exposed to crypto, since I just think that 100k is a matter of time, okay? And I'm even going to go heavier into this one because I want to use the elections into my advantage. And I think if Trump wins, we're just going to go higher, right? Maybe not probably instantly, but then I'm not sure we're going to see follow through. If Harris wins, we'll likely see downside, maybe straight back up into where we were trading before. Maybe it will take some time and then we'll pump back up. But ultimately, the result will be the same, in my opinion, and will be higher prices for Bitcoin. Okay, so that's why I'm willing to put a little bit money back into crypto from bank accounts. So like you have all of these people screaming at the lows, buying more, right? But you don't know how their portfolio is exactly arranged, right? What percentages are they buying? It seems like they have infinite amounts of USDT to buy, right? Well, let me tell you, that's not the case. A lot of people are lying about this stuff. You can't trust anyone. You shouldn't also trust me, but I'm just giving you my views the best way I can. And that's also the reason why I'm saying right now that I am putting back some money from my bank account into crypto, because I'm already fully exposed to Bitcoin, but with my crypto portfolio. But compared to the amount I currently have in my bank account, I feel like I'm underexposed. So I'm willing to add a bit. Okay, so what's my plan with the amount that I put into crypto from my bank account again? Well, it's pretty simple. Buying with half of that, I'm simply gonna market buy at prices where we're trading at right now for Bitcoin, BNB, and Sol. Those are my three picks that I think will be the safest bets for upside. I kind of lost my trust in Ethereum. I mean, yeah, not gonna lie, I was pretty big in Ethereum up until now, but yeah, since Bitcoin is trading that close to all-time highs and Ethereum is still where is it? is still trading. Still needs like, yeah, still needs like a 2x to go to all-time highs. Like the percentage of Ethereum in my portfolio is now significantly less, simply because the value of Bitcoin went up that high and Ethereum didn't. Okay, so I also didn't have that much Solana in my portfolio, while I think Solana has been the stronger one compared to Ethereum. And Solana versus ETH is just looking really strong. So I'm betting on Solana on doing well, and not only doing well, but doing better than Ethereum in the coming months. And that's why I took this one and BNB, simply because Binance, right, is the biggest crypto exchange out there, and BNB is still Binance's coin. He sold, pump it. Nah, I didn't sell, you know, I'm still holding that Ethereum. I'm just gonna put more crypto, more euros into crypto, and the ones I'm gonna add are Bitcoin, Solana and BNB. Okay, so what I was saying, my plan for those is with half of that money, I'm just gonna market buy those three, and what I'm gonna do with the other half is simply set bits in case we see fuckery over the coming days. Okay, like it's really difficult right now to predict what Bitcoin is going to do and what the markets in general are going to do. But if we simply assume and think that prices are going to be trading significantly higher in the future, it's a no-brainer to just set bits and use that lower time frame volatility to our advantage, right? So I'm gonna be bidding this mid-range liquidity below here, below these lows, into demand, right? All the way down to range lows, and I might even set some sting bids in case we really see an ugly wick. You never know, you catch something, right? And I will be filling more orders down here with that money. Same thing for BNB. We're simply trading in this weekly range, right? I've talked about it in the previous live stream as well. I was in two long positions back then. Actually, one was the swing long, which I'm still in, and I took another day trade long. Unfortunately, that one got stopped out, but I am still trading. I am still in this weekly trade, right? Swing trade, where I'm targeting significantly higher, and nothing changed on that one. I still think that once BNB trades outside of this local range, that we're gonna see fireworks. Does that mean I'm expecting straight up from here? Well, no, obviously no. I do actually think that we will at least sweep these lows down here, right? I think we'll see something like this, and then maybe all the way up again and to new highs. But it might take some time. That's why I'm saying I'm gonna set orders lower in case everything just rips from here. We're in with half. In case we dip lower, we get better entries, and do it like this. So that's sort of my plan for spot, at least. Lower time frame plans, like honestly, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be trading that much in the coming days. I think that I'm just gonna let price action do its thing, let the markets do their thing, let it calm down until everything, the dust settles, right, and then take it easy from there. So is this spot plan and sort of my thoughts on whether the both scenarios, right? So if Trump wins, I wouldn't be surprised if it does this, but then snaps back down, trades here for a while, maybe sweep some lows again, just spend a lot more time there. People are gonna lose their mind, like everyone's gonna FOMO up here. Ooh, it's gonna go much higher, right? Trap them back down, sweep some lows, they capitulate, range it, everyone losing their mind, and then you send it higher. That's why just holding spot is the easiest play, you know. So wouldn't be surprised in that scenario if Trump wins, if Kamala wins, send it back down. Everyone's bearish, shorting it, blah, blah, blah. Fuck them, straight back inside the range again, right? They capitulate, boom, some bearish price action, maybe another sweep there, and then boom, upside, right? So that's my thoughts on how it will play out in the coming weeks to months. And as you can see, the result is the same, you know? Is that clear? What does your desk setup look like monitor wise? I have 3 monitors next to each other. Right? What about Sol? So yeah, the same for Solana, right? Buy some here. And as you can see, this has just been a range. If you use the 3-month chart even, what's the range that we've been trading in? Massive pump, upside, we made a high. What was the low we made? There. Boom. Let's just check. Yep, you can see it's the correct one. This, and ever since we've just traded inside this range. So buy some here, but do I think the low is in here on everything? Honestly, no. I do think we will, well, I don't know, you know, but I do think there's a 50% chance that we sweep current lows again, even though it's looking pretty good at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some fuckery like this, back to the lows, boom, and then see more upsides. So buy some here if you want to get in, set your orders. So monthly, weekly, as you can see, nicely dipped into monthly demand. There, monthly demand, weekly demand. Right, swept the lows at the moment, so it's not looking bad, you know. Daily, swept this low as well, so could definitely see this go higher from here. Also low time frame range, high, low, right, high swept even on the 4-hour. High swept, low swept, maybe reclaim range mean and send it higher. I don't know. Sweep the lows again, then higher. I don't know. Right? But I think if markets dip, this will just dip together with everything else. And I'm just gonna set orders all the way here in case it nukes, right? To average down. And ultimately, what I'm targeting for Solana would be something like $400. Like, if you measure the move from all-time highs to those lows, the target, as you can see, the 1.618 level would be $400. But if this does what Ethereum, for example, did when it broke out of its, if this one does what Ethereum did last cycle, from here to the all-time lows, as you can see, went far above the, let's actually mark the 3 level and 4, went far above them, you can see. So if you compare that to Solana, I wouldn't be surprised if this heads for $750, $800, maybe even $1,000. Could definitely see that. Things get crazy once things get crazy once all-time highs breaks. Once all-time highs break on crypto stuff, people are underestimating that. And after such a long, such a long bear market, right? And now as well, like we've been trading in this stupid range ever since early this year. So pretty much almost for a year. Well, not really a year, but like 3 quarters. So I wouldn't be surprised once all of these ranges, like on Bitcoin this range, on BNB this range, and on Solana this range, once those start breaking out, that we're really gonna see fireworks. Those shorts gonna get slaughtered. People gonna start FOMOing, and it's gonna get crazy. So that's my thoughts. But apart from that, right, I would advise everyone, don't like, if you have a fun account, like with like a little bit of your money and you want to trade the volatility, go for it. But I definitely wouldn't risk as much as you usually risk, and I just focus on buying the dip on the higher time frame chart. Focus on the weekly, focus where we're trading, and focus where you're targeting. And if you're targeting 100k, you could get some really nice entries in the coming days, in my opinion. Also, an important one, if we compare what gold did and compare that with Bitcoin, right? Former all-time high. See, also it almost did exactly the same. And if Bitcoin is just lagging behind gold and it does sort of the same move, you can already see that where we're trading then, where we're heading then, right? Definitely wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin is heading for 90k, 100k, maybe even 150, somewhere there in the next cycle. So yeah, that's that will be my focus over the coming, like leverage trading. Leverage trading is fun and all, and you can run up an account really quick, but it goes the other way around as well. You know, you can nuke your account in seconds. And for me personally, my biggest gains in crypto have just come from holding spots and doing nothing and riding the wave. And I think we are at a point in the market where we are very close to a significant breakout on everything and way higher prices on a lot of these coins. So that's why I'm gonna do the things that I said. Right, any questions? So low time frame Bitcoin, right? If we ignore the elections and just focus purely on the chart, in my opinion, the cleanest plan here would be to wait for Bitcoin to take out these lows. And let me tell you why. I think some people argue that this would be demand, and I tend to agree. But still, I feel like if this was still bullish, if this was the bullish breakout, right, that we wouldn't have come down here to retest this, then I think we would have done this and traded much higher from there. Instead, we broke back down here again, as you can see, retest, and are now basically trading back within this range, right? We have clean lows here, and everyone wants to bid here. Would only make sense to stop those people out, who are longing this, right? By taking these lows down here into high time frame key pivot from all the way back into 2021, high time frame range mean and high time frame demand from down here. Stop those people out, liquidity, fill their order, fill the big orders, right? Then reclaim this, and then in my opinion should have enough power to push to all-time highs. Is that clear? So I wouldn't get too excited, even if we do something like this, just to sweep that. I wouldn't be surprised if it trades down here. Again, take out these, reclaim, spend some time here, and then breakouts. Happy to be wrong, you know. If it sends from here, so be it. If it goes lower, also so be it. I am still holding my swing long from 57. I'm not sure like how low I expect Bitcoin to go in case Harris wins, but I could see us wick below here. But personally, I don't think we see sub 50k. That would be a brutal nuke. Imagine something like this. I mean, if it happens, okay, like my long will get stopped out and my spot will be filled. So I hope that doesn't happen, to be honest. What I expect the most would be something like this. Down in gray, reclaim, spend some time, and then ultimately rip off to new highs. No questions here, just a big thumbs up. Let's get it, man. Okay, so that's short term. What I think on Bitcoin. I'm not expecting much here. Likely some ranging, maybe some sweeps of the highs, but then ultimately I want to see these lows get swept. All right, let's do some more altcoins. So I saw a question about Cat. I still think that this is one of the better looking memes, stronger looking memes. But memes, like, I'm not the kind of guy who puts in significant amounts of money into meme coins. Like, I have obviously bought some, but overall, like, I suck at trading meme coins, you know. Like, people have outperformed me bigly. Also, probably people lost it all. That's the thing. You only see the big wins on Twitter. Nobody will talk about their big losses. But still, it's fun, you know. And I think like Cat will be one that will survive ultimately. And will probably even trade a lot higher, but won't give you those crazy returns, you know. But overall, I think Cat would be a very safe bet to hold as a meme coin next to things like Moo, for example. Doggy, obviously, insanely strong. Like, I've just been holding my doggy ever since I bought in this blue. So I bought doggy here, held it for this, held it through all of this. So yeah, there's no way I'm selling here, you know. I'm holding for 40, 50 cents at least before I take profit on that. So that's where I think doggy is heading, towards this range high. Could it go to $1? Sure, but nah, I don't know. We'll see about that. Popcat is also one that I really like. Would like to see it a little bit lower here though. Likely take out some lows down here. This is what I would like. Sweep these lows into former key pivot up here. Bam. Demand that led to this pump. Sweep that low, reclaim, and send to new highs. Mumu. What's Mumu? Never heard of this one. Mumu the Bull. Also some kind of meme coin, but it's looking pretty weak at the moment, no? Wouldn't be interested in this until it retests this gray area probably. Sweep these lows. And then higher. From here it will likely just keep bleeding. Worldcoin. Damn. Haven't checked this one in a in a while. And I see why, you know. Nah, I wouldn't trade this. Like, it's so weak. Why would you trade this, you know? There's better stuff out there. Focus on the stuff that's looking hot. Ponke. Also meme coin. Which has been holding up better. Key resistance here. Yeah, same thing. Would like to see a bit lower. Right, this sweep was beautiful. You see the lows, swept, clean reclaim, upside. But failed to break above supply, instead retest. Yeah, then that ugly week. I don't know what that is, but sold off ugly, right? And it, in my opinion, it didn't come this close not to go for this low again and test this key pivot here and lower demand. So would be interested in something like this, sweep into there and then higher. Anything else? Pool. Yeah, I like this one. This one is looking better. Good sweep here. Hold on, let me... That's better. Yeah, see, I like this one way more. Clean sweep of this, right? or this, whatever you want to call it. Reclaim, some consolidation, break in market structure, and just making higher highs and higher lows ever since. Next draw on liquidity is up here, in my opinion. Clean range as well. Let's see where mid-range comes in if you draw it as a range. Oof. Guess where? Coincidence. Pivotal, pivotal, resistance, reclaim, support. You see? So yeah, I think range highs for this one. Let's see the lower time frames though. Sort of choppy. Maybe one more run here below range mean into demand there, and then upsides, something like this. But yeah, if you're holding from lower, I would just hold this. I like it. Say, I did a trade on Say actually. I was longing it here and then it just kept bleeding down. Altcoins were very weak the last couple days, but overall it's still in this demand area. Not the best weekly close, I'll say. So maybe one more run lower it needs and then a reclaim of this and then higher. But overall it's still trading at demand. I wouldn't long it here though. I would either wait for another run on the lows to get better size, right? Better risk reward, so bigger size. Or just wait for more confirmation. Render. We did this one last time, but too weak. Would pick something else. Not liking it. Swept the highs and just looks like it wants to keep bleeding. Andy ETH, what's that? Andy. I like that it swept these lows and that it hasn't swept these highs. Right? So it looks pretty clean. But once again, daily is not looking healthy like this. Feel like one more run, reclaim, and then it could send to some highs at least. First target up here, then up here, and then here. Beam. Also not the best, you know. Just been ranging ever since June, July. So either sweep of these, but even then, right, you have more clean lows here. So I just wait for the breakout above here to target a lot higher, or not at all. Ray. Oh damn. What's this? Why is this looking so strong? That's more exciting, you know. Also, what comes down really fast can also go up really fast. That's maybe what we're seeing here. So break above this, and I think this might be a runner. because you almost have no resistance until all the way up here. Ray, let's see the daily. Maybe like the rest, highs, lows, sweep, boom, reclaim, and then new highs. That would be a beautiful one. Gonna keep an eye on this one. Ray kind of looking like ARB. ARB is dead, no? Nah, that's... I don't like any ARB anymore. It's been so weak, it's insane. Pendle. Yeah, same thing. I like the sweep, but just the current dailies on basically everything would have looked so much better if we would have seen one more run after the weekly open, you know? Well, or after Monday close. Because right now all of our Monday lows are unswept, and I would like to see them swept before getting in. So I think it's too early if you're longing here. Would also be a nice run in here. Like this, reclaim up. Could you please explain your risk management strategy? Do you risk the same size every trade? Well, it depends, you know. It's always compared to your total portfolio what you're risking, and if your portfolio grows or your account grows, you start risking more. If you're running up an account, like, you're not constantly gonna be risking the same, but overall, if you're if you have two trades with the same probability that you think, and then I'll be risking the same probably. Also depends if it's like an hourly trade. With a close stop loss, I won't be risking as much as when I'm entering a swing on the daily, for example, and targeting much higher. So yeah, it really depends. Right, so any more? Then I'll hop off. We've covered a lot. Gave you my plans on Bitcoin, but overall, like I said, I'd be taking it easy. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere for now. And I think pumps into 71k will get faded, and dumps into 63k are a huge buy. And that's how I'm... Doggy, we already did. So yeah, gonna stop it here. That's how I'm gonna play it. If you want to rewatch, if you missed the start, you can rewatch. Will be uploaded to YouTube. Big thanks to Bybit for sponsoring. If you want to join my Discord, if you want to get CMM for free, if you want to get a reduction on your fees, use the link in the description. Send me a DM on Discord if you have any questions, if you have any problems, or if you want to join, and we'll figure things out. Okay? Thanks for joining, and see you on Thursday. Bye.